Hey, what is up? Welcome to this episode of the Entrepreneur to Entrepreneur podcast. As always, I'm your host, Brian Lofrumento, and if you use video in any way in your business, then this episode is for you. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't use video for business, I'm not a content creator. Well, the truth is you can use video in so many different ways, whether it's webinars, whether it's sales presentations, whether it's walkthrough videos of how your product or service or tool uses. You should be using video, and today's guests are really going to illuminate all the powerful ways that you can extract the best insights from the videos that you're using in your business. So let me introduce you to two co-founders who are also brothers, Sagar and Vishal Gandhi. Together, they are the co-founders of JoySpace, which I love the way they articulate the value of what they do. They build video intelligence software with AI that extracts meaningful insights from any kind of video content. Their core technology focuses on understanding people, objects, and actions within videos at scale, of course, backed by AI. In addition to product development, they conduct original research in AI, machine learning, computational storytelling, and high-volume data processing. There are two tools that are already on the market. It's really cool to see them already working. Is JoySpace AI Captions, which will give you fast, accurate transcription and captioning for any audio or video content. And then JoySpace AI Clips, which I'll tell you, behind the scenes, every podcast, we have to think about this stuff, which automatically generates short, shareable clips from long-form videos like webinars, podcasts, YouTube videos, sales calls, cooking shows, travel vlogs, real estate tours. You can see just a few use cases, and we'll be talking to them about it even more. So I'm not going to say anything else. Let's dive straight into my interview with Vishal and Sagar Gandhi. All right, I am so very excited that you guys are here with us today. First things first, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for having us.
That's always the first test. When we've got co-founders on the show, I always welcome you guys and see who's going to speak first and how you guys are going to organize that. So let's jump straight into both of you, because I always love having co-founders on, because it's so clear to me, especially knowing the two of you's bios and behind the scenes, how much you guys bring to the table and complement each other. So I guess I'm going to start with Sagar, because you're the younger brother. So let's go there first. Who's Sagar? Mm-hmm. Tell us about you and how you got into all this stuff. And then Vishal, take it over from your brother after that.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Sagar Gandhi. I'm co-founder of JoySpace AI. Before founding JoySpace AI, I have over a decade of experience in software industry. I've worked at larger companies like Google in their search. I specialized in search. Over the period of time, I worked with various startups in the capacity of head of engineering, staff machine learning engineer. I'd let Vishal introduce, and I'd let him talk about why we started JoySpace AI. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Hi, Brian, great to be here. So excited to be on your show. My name is Vishal Gandhi. I'm another co-founder of JoySpace AI. Prior to JoySpace, I have worked at large companies. I was at Amazon. I went at Amazon Alexa, Yahoo, PayPal, Indeed. I also worked at two startups, Brightroll and Honey. Both were acquired. And I've been in these companies of going from very large companies to startups, again, back to large company. And then eventually it felt like we could do our own. Looking back at my skill set and Sagar's skill set, we realized that we complement each other. He is really deep into technology, whereas I have a lot applied approach. I take that specific take and how it can solve problem that are in the real world. So we thought, why not do our own? And we saw a real need in the market. Video data is very hard to process. Text data, you can write data pipelines. There are hundreds of open source software. Video data, it's very, very hard. Deriving insights from video data, it's hard. And the world, as AI is changing, it's becoming more multimodal. So we thought there is a great opportunity for us to use our skills and solve real problem.
Yeah, I love that overview from both of you, especially because I wish I had that stat handy, but there's some crazy stat out there about how every hour of just normal time, thousands, if not millions of hours of video is uploaded to YouTube. And it's just crazy thinking about how much humanity is generating in video. But Vishal, you hit the nail on the head that for so many of us, it's hard. I mean, we've done over 1,200 of these podcast episodes. We end up transcribing them, and that obviously takes time and it takes resources. And then we use those written transcriptions. But you guys are making sense of video. Why is it? Obviously, video plays such an important part, but what I'm really fascinated by and what I really appreciate about JoySpace is you guys understand the power of video and why video is so important beyond just content creators. Talk to us about your vision of, hey, here's all the different things we can do with video when we combine it with AI and when we give it those practical use cases.
Vishal, you want to take a stab first?
Sure. So video is really interesting. Text is one modality, but with video you get video signals, audio signals, contextual information in the video. One of the things that we have done over last year and a half is we built a video understanding model that basically we processed. For building this model, we have processed over 10,000 hours of footage, and that understands and identifies people, not just people, but objects and actions that they are doing. Someone recently, just a day ago, uploaded cooking video to our app, and we realized although it wasn't really optimized for cooking video, it worked out really well because the model understands actions as well. And while building this, we realized that you can derive insights from video that are really useful and applicable in the real world. Like you mentioned, you have 1,200 episodes. All organizations, lots of large companies, small companies have thousands of hours of footage just sitting in their Google Drive, Dropbox box. And with our video understanding model, rendering engine, both of which Sagar contributed immensely to, and he's the architect of that. I think that really adds value for people. Why spend 1 hour watching video when you can get insights within 5 minutes? And it has applications not just in transcription, but video summary, looking at insights for your sales video, marketing videos, and bunch of others. Sagar, do you want to add further?
Oh yeah. So let this sink in. 85% of internet traffic today is video data, and around 75% of that data sits stale on some storage device. Amazon S3, Google Drive, you know it. So what we do is we put that data to use for people. Like Vishal said, we have this video understanding engine. So video is not just transcription. It's the facial expressions, the emotions, the non-verbal cues, the actions that people are taking, right? And we help extract this data so that people can find meaning from the videos, right? And the most important thing is this is built around a search engine that we built explicitly for videos. So we can search any object, any emotion, any sentiment, any person across thousands and thousands of hours of data within milliseconds. And that's the specialty. That's how we are able to extract the meaningful content at one click, literally, for our users.
Hearing the way you guys talk about that, especially those examples you just gave us, Sagar, it really makes me realize, I mean, I'm behind a camera a lot. And I actually think we all are, not just because I'm a podcaster, but because I'm in Google Meet meetings, I'm in Zoom meetings. Like, we're all on videos all the time. That's so much knowledge that's discussed in so many different ways that just gets lost. Now, fortunately, like I said, I'm going to keep coming back to transcriptions because it's like the tip of the iceberg. That's the easiest way, of course, for us to make sense of it. But we don't have everything transcribed. It's so rare rare in today's day and age to have that. Whereas hearing you talk about sentiment, it really takes me back to in 2012 when I started my SEO agency in the Boston area. We used to do in-person workshops for business owners, and we of course recorded them. We didn't do anything with it. Whereas I imagine we could have actually refined our messaging by looking at, oh, hey, the audience, they went blank when we started talking about title tags and header tags. We could have used that data. That's just the one quick and easy way that my head goes. I'd love to hear from you guys. Cool, it's great to have all this data. What do we do with all of this data then?
Yeah, sure. I can definitely take a stab. So, if you categorize videos, there are 4 to 5 categories, that like pretty large categories. One is online video, Zoom meetings, Google Meets, podcast, interviews. There are different kind of insights that you can take. For example, from meetings, you can connect threads of what is going on between 2 meetings. Let's say we have a weekly meeting on Mondays. Our software can connect the dots across the time. What happened 3 months back, we can connect that to your current meeting and extract summaries and insights and weave in those threads so that you have the most accurate information to take action that is most important at this point in time. The second category is real world videos. There is sports data, there are cooking videos, there is something that is being shot in the real world with camera, and then you can extract things out of that. There are other territories as well, which we would soon explore, like construction, security, the real world threats. We can analyze people's gait and body language from videos as well. There are interviews, real world interviews, in person interviews. These are all possible use cases that. And this is just going to increase. It's just the start because of AI and because where technology is. This is just going to increase. There is no way that we are going back to not using video or using less amounts of video over the period of time. Vishal, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great insight. I will add further that right now, when we build this video understanding model, we built with marketing and sales use case as first use case in mind. And over a period of time, we realized that, oh, we can just use that same model for other things. One of the great example that comes to mind, and we are very soon expanding to this. Um, there is a thousands and thousands of hours of footage uploaded to video about learning new things. You can learn coding just watching YouTube videos. You can learn cooking. You can learn skills. You can learn, it take any video like car repair, for example, and people are just consuming this. But the how they consume on YouTube, it's very different than how they learn things. So what we are doing now, this is our project in progress. I will mention this first time on your podcast to the world. um, we are taking those videos and we are creating a learning library. So you could just give us a URL of a YouTube video. Say you want to learn JavaScript, you could just give a URL and we will figure out creating chapters, quizzes on based on that, and same for other categories. Another thing that we are doing is we are building our own language model. Now it's not going to be large language model, it's going to be a small scale language model, but that is going to be a domain specific, and we are going to use that as a backbone for expanding for businesses. So not only you have video information, but now you have your domain knowledge. So if you are in a business of selling software, say for example payment software, we will understand your terminology and how you use different terms and what's your business concepts and how your business works through this small language model. That's going to be exclusively fine tuned for you, and combining this data with video, I think that will open a lot of opportunity for automation, lot of opportunity for expansion and growth.
Gosh, you guys, I was excited before meeting you both here today because JoySpace AI has two really cool products, but now hearing you both tease some of these things in the future, I'm 100 times more excited, which leads me to this next question. If you guys are getting me excited about it, I'm not even working behind the scenes at JoySpace AI, how do you two contain those very big thoughts? Because Sagar, when you were talking about that, I was just like, man, if I was head of the FBI, I would use this interrogations now. I'm no longer going to use the old school, lie detectors that they're relying on. I'm going to use video analysis to give me much deeper insights than what's ever been possible, even at a security level. If I was head of security for a mall, I mean, now all of a sudden I have way smarter eyes than human eyes in all of these ways. These are just, again, two very small real-time examples that I'm thinking of. So the question that I'm going to pose to both of you is, how do you contain that excitement and channel it into the things that you want to bring to market? Obviously, you already have JoySpace AI captions and clips. Why that as the beginning? And then secondly, how are you containing it when it comes to all these different use cases that you have?
Vishal, you can.
Yeah, I can take a stab at this one. When we started, we were validating market. Obviously, we didn't know what's going to work, and this is our first startup together. We have worked on small and large systems, but this is first time we are doing real time, real world application, and we realized that the fastest way you can get a validation is make people pay for it. So we tested out multiple ideas, and this one seemed like there is already data with people. It's sitting in their archives and drives, S3, Google, um, and we could use that data and derive insights. And this was the fastest way for us to validate. While we did that, we realized we could build a foundational layer, which is the search engine that Sagar mentioned. We could build a foundational model and just take this model and then provide it different data. So the way it works is now you have surveillance footage, you feed it to it, and your model is tuned for surveillance. If you feed, say for example, marketing video or sales insights video, I have team of 20 sales reps, and I want to derive that. So you change your input data, and that's the way model gets tuned. In terms of challenge, in terms of understanding and how we are kind of containing these ideas, there are tons of ideas, but how we prioritize is we look at the impact factor. What impact can this have right now on the real world? I mean, given the reality in the tech world, there have been tons of layoffs. A lot of people are scared what AI is going to do. Is AI going to take my job? And I will, the spoiler is no. We don't. It's we don't think that AI will replace humans anytime soon. Rather, it's going to be a companion. But there is so much opportunity in terms of training people, in terms of upskilling them. If I'm doing a data entry job and now AI can do that, well, AI can do that for sure at 100x speed. How can we train these people to use AI? And those are some of the challenges that we look at, that expanding opportunity for Americans and people around the world. How can we use learning? College education is really, really expensive. I mean, you are spending $200,000 per year, $200,000 over 3 years, 4 years, and there is no job guarantee after you complete college. So, can we use AI for training people, for training students? Can we upskill them? Can we teach them real life skills, whether it's coding or any vocational workshops? Can we use AI? Those are some of the things that we look at and kind of channel that with our energy. Sagar, your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. One thing that I want to publicly address, kind of how much I appreciate Vishal's insight. He's really a people's person. He's always talking to people. He's always exploring what is working, what is not working, and that's how we have kind of devised an algorithm of making data-driven decisions what products to launch first, what not to launch first, what is for what products there is going to be market, which is the dire need of the people. I think that's the biggest thing that we as a company are doing, and that's how we complement one another. Vishal is more outwards focused, he's talking to people, he's figuring out what to build, and I'm the builder. I'm give me a problem and I'll solve it, no questions asked, no matter how hard the problem is. That's how we kind of attain to the needs of the world, that well, all of these are possibilities, but what do you do first? And that's how we came up with captions and clips and the education product that Vishal is talking about, and the model that we're going to build, and the search engine foundation that Vishal already talked about.
Yeah, it is cool hearing the way both of you, because Sagar, you said it, and I very much agree with you in that. Getting the chance to interact with both of you here, it is that complementary skill set, which is probably attributed to a difference in personalities, difference in experiences, differences in so many different ways. And so it makes me excited to hear both of your perspectives on this next question, because I wonder, as the entire world is trying to figure out AI, where do you guys view that we are today? Because things are changing very quickly. And I had a guest on recently who, when we were talking about AI, he said, really at this point in time, the only limit is our imagination. If we can think of it, we can do it. Are we there yet? Is the only limitation human imagination? Or are there still tech barriers? Are there market understanding barriers of things that we have to research? I'm super curious to hear where you both think we are today.
Yeah, definitely. I'll go first at this, and I'm sure Vishal has a lot of insights to add as well. I definitely think that we have never seen the speed at which AI is developing and technology is developing. This is kind of once in a lifetime moment for entire humanity. There is no doubt about it. We have never seen this kind of a progress. I've done a lot of research as well in academia. I always keep reading papers. Sometimes I get confused. Should I build, or should I just keep reading the new research papers and new things people are proposing? Right. So it's a delicate balance. But the way it's going to expand, like Vishal mentioned, it is not coming for anyone's jobs. Just like calculators in 1700s or computers in 1970s, the way it transformed the accounting industry in 1970s is how we are going to transform the entire world. Accounting people thought that when computers came at homes, the laptops and desktops became more and more available in 70s and 80s. People thought that, well, accounting job is over, it's going to get automated. But now we are after here 40, 50 years now, and we see that accounting has only expanded, economy has expanded, right? And that's the impact the AI is going to have on the world. Everything is going to expand. Imagination is only the limit right now. It's not as binary as you just put a prompt in and you get a software out on the other end. It's We are not there yet. We might be, who knows, but we are not there yet. But it has definitely enabled people to do things that were not possible even 1 year back, right? Vishal, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I see a lot of fear mongering in the media. A lot of leaders are kind of playing doomsday song. I, in my personal opinion, I don't think that will happen. Now, humans have we underestimate human intelligence. We've been on Earth for millennia, and we have only made progress. In 10 years, people will be doing different things with computers, with machines than they are today. There will be a lot of integration between human and machine activities going to be increase in AI for sure, robotics as well, daily tasks that we do. And while this does create transformation, and change is always hard, no, for people always resist change. I think But if you look at this as a positive change, that I can have a robot that can do my daily course, and I can focus on other important tasks. I can focus on other important problems, whether that's healthcare, energy. We are going to need so much energy for running this AI and data centers. How can we make this energy available in as economically as possible without impacting environment? How can we solve water crisis around the world? There are tons of regions and areas where drinking water is a big problem, and it's going to change over next coming decades. I think the idea that you could just have AI drive itself, I think that's far fetched, at least today. And in 10 years, picture will change. But it's not, and I mentioned this earlier, it's not going to be doomsday. I think it will certainly accelerate progress with quantum computing and other things that are happening. And we will certainly see higher speeds, but this will lead to curing of diseases, expanding and extending the life expectancy. Surprisingly, life expectancy decreased, at least in the US, by, I think, came down by 7 from 80 to 78 or something like that. So we want to expand that. We want to preserve this human knowledge and build on top of that human knowledge. How can we do that? How can we, person who is expert in, say, for example, cancer, but that person might not be expert in computers. Can we connect those two people together? Can we connect those two entities together? That's how I think about it. And expanding cross domain, and then making progress for humanity.
Gosh, I could listen to you guys talk about AI all day long, because you're not only having these big conversations, and clearly you both think about these big topics, but what I really appreciate about you two in particular is that you're helping to shape this. I think that you guys are pushing the envelope with what you're doing with JoySpace and the technology that you're building. And the only thing I'm going to disagree on is that, Vishal, as a Tesla owner, AI does literally drive itself. And that's something that I really like seeing, that evolution, because it's awesome. I mean, that's a very simple use case, not simple, but it's a use case that is out there every day that shows how much it's making the world a safer place. I mean, the metrics that we're seeing in Tesla's full self-driving technology, for example, is incredible compared to human drivers. And I always remind people in my car, we've got 12 cameras looking out for us. That is way better than my 2 eyes and my 1 human brain. So I think that that's so aligned with what you both are doing. I'm really excited. I knew that time would fly by with you, but I'm also equally excited for this last question that I ask at the end of every episode, because I know that you two both have a very different perspective, especially as co-founders, especially as brothers in business together. I always ask this question of, what's your best advice for listeners? Knowing that we're being listened to by both entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs at all different stages in their growth journeys, and especially existing in a world that, Vishal, you called it out, that a lot of people are fear-mongering. And Sagar, to your point, a lot of people are building things and shaping what the future is going to look like. Even a year from now, it's going to be a different landscape. So with your entrepreneurial hats on, you're one of us with that entrepreneurial hat on. From each of you, what's that best piece of advice? I'm going to kick it to Sagar first.
Oh, yeah, sure. This is a great question. So, if you are a onepreneur and if you want to become an entrepreneur, there is only one way. Start talking with people, understand their problems. AI will help you if you know what to solve, what to prioritize. Because of explosion of information, there are so many choices that you can make. The amount of choices has also increased. A lot of people, that becomes a problem with ADD, ADHD. They don't know what to do. So keep it simple, keep it as simple as possible. Take one smallest problem that you have expertise and try to solve that problem first. Make sure that you are not being excited about technology and just building something that is not needed in the world. You need to talk to people. You need to make sure that what you're doing matters. It solves some real world problem. It saves time. It saves money for some real people out in the world. That's my simple advice.
I would say that I have two things. One, take time to learn. Take time to learn foundations. It's so much easier now. People go to ChatGPT, and then you type a prompt and you get output. It's so much easier to lose the foundation if you use this approach. Rather, take time to understand what it takes to again, you don't have to start building models right away on day one, but understand foundations. If you are in computer science, understand data structure and algorithms, use videos. Since we build video business, I will say that use videos, use short videos. And this is a hack that I have found. I love short videos. I love TikTok and Instagram videos, and I could spend hours just scrolling through videos. I use that same hack for learning. I create short video clips and use that. So take time to learn. Second advice I would give to people who are on the cusp of whether I should go in or not. You should always take risk. I learned, at Amazon, and Jeff Bezos has this framework, regret minimization framework, and there are a lot of videos of him talking about this. So you on when you are 80 on your deathbed, you don't want to have regrets. Oh, I wish I could have done that. So if you are thinking about it, take calculated risk. Do something about it. Launch your service product, talk to people. Even if I hope that you get something out of it and you make financial gain out of it, or you learn a ton about out of it. But even if there is just you are your only own user, you will get that satisfaction, and you can measure that monetarily. You will not have regret that I wish I could have done that 10 years from now, 20, 50 years from now. So my advice is, take calculated risk and jump in. It's time to build, and then there has been never been a greater time than now to build and learn and make progress.
Yes, I love that entrepreneurial advice from both of you. That is so well said. This is such an exciting time period in humanity and in society that we all have these opportunities, and entrepreneurs are pushing the envelope. And that's why I'm so grateful for the two of you being innovators in this space. And Vishal, you made my life very easy as a host today because you tease the importance of short form content for people. And that's why I'm excited for listeners to check out JoySpace. Before I kick it over to you guys to share the link and where listeners should go, I want to share with listeners that as someone who obviously generates videos for a living, I appreciate so many of the features that you've rolled into JoySpace, how easy you make it. When listeners go to your website, they can not only get started for free, but you support videos from YouTube, Google Drive, Vimeo, Zoom, Twitch, LinkedIn, Twitter, local videos that we can upload from our hard drive, so many cool things, and then let the software work its seemingly magic so that it outputs valuable things for us. So I'm really excited for listeners to check it out. I'll kick it back to both of you guys. For listeners who do want to check out JoySpace AI, drop those links on us. Where should they go from here?
You can visit www.joyspace.ai. You can also directly go to our app.joyspace.ai, and you can basically from there you can just sign in with Google or any social login and just upload your video. We are also expanding to auto extracting video by you just have to paste a link, and that's coming on Monday, coming next Monday. So would love to welcome you. If you have any feedback, write to us. I respond to every single email that I receive from customers, and I think I'm probably an exception, but I respond to a lot of cold emails. So you can reach out to us at hello@joyspace.ai, and we are happy to look into your request, happy to look into your feedback. If you have any feedback, please write to us. We are always open for feedback. We are always open for improvement, anything we can do.
Yes, and listeners, you already know the drill. Not only are they making it as easy for you to use JoySpace, but we are making it as easy as possible for you to find those links down below in the show notes, no matter where it is that you're tuning into today's episode. Click right on through. You can literally just start using it, play around with it. By the time this episode airs, that feature that Vishal already talked about, it's live. It's there for you to test and play around with, and you've seen how accessible they are. Let's all challenge Vishal on that claim that he's going to respond to all of our emails. It's because they really care about building something that is valuable for everybody. So Vishal, Sagar, on behalf of myself and all the listeners worldwide, thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
thanks for having us.